Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that is literally changing the game for creators and businesses across the board. We're talking about the zero setup video revolution. I mean, look, if you have ever lost an entire weekend, easily burning 10 hours or more, just agonizing over a script, messing with lighting, doing 5 different takes, and then trying to sync the audio, you're going to want to pay super close attention to this, because we're going to explore how you can completely eliminate all of that technical friction using a powerful and currently totally free feature inside Google's NotebookLM. So just imagine for a second, what if you could take literally any article or video and turn it into a fully narrated short in, say, 2 clicks? Instead of spending countless hours trying to build out complex automations, we're looking at how you can leverage AI to do all that heavy lifting for you, instantly. Picture this. You drop a link to a brand new industry report, and you are the very first person to explain it to your audience, all without ever once having to turn on a camera. The shift we're seeing here is absolutely massive. You know the old way, right? Stitching together a dozen different tools, paying for all those monthly subscriptions, and just sitting there waiting for hours while files render out. Honestly, it was exhausting. But the new way? You just use NotebookLM to generate a completely narrated video. Instantly, zero tech setup. And this right here is exactly how you reclaim those 10 hours of manual labor every week. You just completely bypass the editing bay. All right, let's jump straight into section 1, creating shorts in 2 clicks. The entire workflow is literally just 2 steps. For step 1, you just feed the system a source. That could be a public link, copied text, or even a file straight from your Google Drive. Then, step 2, you just hit generate. Honestly, that's it. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to process behind the scenes, so you can literally just step away, grab a coffee, and let the machine do its thing. NotebookLM analyzes the core narrative of whatever you gave it and condenses it down into a highly focused video. And the versatility is just incredible. You can feed it almost anything: web pages, YouTube videos, plain text, Drive files, and it outputs either short-form vertical videos, long-form explainers, cinematic storytelling pieces, you name it, all multi-platform ready. But what's truly mind-blowing here, and what the source material really hammers home, is the voice quality. We are not talking about those choppy, robotic AI voices from a few years ago. NotebookLM produces audio that sounds exactly like a real human, complete with natural pacing, little breaths, and realistic vocal inflections. It's wild. Moving right along to section 2, hacking the prompt for CTAs. Now, the source material gives us 3 fantastic use cases that show just how adaptable this really is. First up, imagine an entrepreneur taking a long-form YouTube video about the myths of quitting a 9-to-5 job and repurposing it into a snappy little short. Or second, turning a written blog post about escaping hustle culture into a dynamic video. And the third one, which is super fascinating, taking a highly technical, dense medical study about a fat-burning protein and instantly summarizing it so it's perfectly tailored for a fitness audience. Oh, and here's the kicker. NotebookLM lets you generate these in parallel, so you can literally queue up all 3 at the exact same time, effectively tripling your time savings. But how do you make these videos actually drive results for your business? Since you can't go in and edit the video scene by scene, you have to use a specific little prompt hack in the custom topic box. You basically just tell the AI something like, check the link in my bio to get my free entrepreneurship guide. Include this as the CTA at the end of the video. And by doing that, the AI naturally weaves your call to action directly into the final moments of the narrative. It closes the curiosity loop beautifully without you having to manually splice anything in. So, the real takeaway here is that this lack of fine-tuned control is actually your biggest asset. It's the classic idea that limitation equals liberation. Not having that scene-by-scene editing capability is the exact reason this whole process saves you those 10 hours of manual work. You aren't sitting there agonizing over every microcut, every transition, or tweaking audio levels. If you don't love the output, or maybe you just want to test a different call to action, you literally just tweak the prompt and hit generate again. And since it's totally free right now, there's absolutely zero harm in spinning up multiple versions to see which one hits the mark. Okay, let's jump into section 3, explainer and cinematic styles. So, by simply clicking a different option in the video overview menu, you can instantly pivot the entire feel of your content. The explainer style is going to give you a video up to 9 minutes long, keeping things heavily detailed, which is absolutely perfect for deep dives into complex subjects. But on the flip side, the cinematic style gives you a roughly 5-minute video that's much more dramatic. It leans heavily into storytelling and narrative archetypes rather than just listing raw facts. It's the exact same input source, but a radically different, highly engaging output, all with just 1 click. Which brings us to section 4, automating your social posting. 0. That is the exact number of scripts you need to write, the number of videos you need to physically record, and the number of extra complicated tools you need to connect just to generate this initial content. The heavy lifting is just completely gone. But of course, once you hit download on NotebookLM and actually have that video file, how do you get it everywhere without wasting even more time? Well, to solve this, you can use a super handy tool called Repurpose. What it does is brilliantly simple. It automatically posts to all of your social channels the very moment you upload to just one. So you manually post your shiny new AI-generated short to, say, Instagram, and Repurpose automatically pushes it right over to TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube Shorts, the whole shebang. And the setup? 2 minutes. That's exactly how long it takes to establish these automatic reposting workflows. You just log in, tell the system that a post on platform A should always go to platform B, and you're done. Your entire content pipeline, from taking a source text, turning it into a video, and distributing it all over the internet, is now practically hands-free. This right here is the ultimate blueprint for taking hours of weekly grunt work and condensing it down into just a few clicks. So with all of those technical barriers completely wiped out, literally all that's left is for you to drop in a link and let the automation run. I'll leave you with this final question. Look at the blogs, the newsletters, or the industry news sitting in your browser tabs right now. What existing content are you going to turn into your first video today?